Watchmen chapter 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, bro. You go. You give me your thoughts on this.
All right, listen, bro. Again, you know, we've seen different adaptations of this. We've seen the TV show. I've read the comic book, and now they're going back to animation form, which I really enjoyed, bro. I like the different approach they took on the animation on this, but I do like how it feels much more like the comic book. It feels like the comic book pages. This is why I love animation, because you can express yourself. Animation either works or it doesn't. Works or it doesn't. Uh, I felt like, compared to the movie, I felt more connected to this. I really felt more connected to this. I feel like, as much as I want the rights to go back to Alan Moore, uh, which DC Warner Brothers have caused a horrible, horrible situation. That's why he doesn't want his name attached to this. But it's more close to the comic book, much more close to the comic book compared to a movie adaptation. There are slight changes that they made, but I like what they've done, bro. I like what they've done. It made me more engaged. I love animation, so it made me more engaged with it. So there's a good watch. I gave it did a review the other day on it. What was it? What did I say? So, guys, make sure you check out our letterbox, the Brothers Geek Out letterbox. We're on there. We put all of our reviews up on there. I hate stars and giving numbers, but we give stars as well on there. But I'll give you my kind of overview of what I kind of wrote down. Watchmen Chapter 1 is a masterful adaptation that truly honors the original comic. The animation brilliantly captures the gritty noir inspired art feel that makes the graphic novel so iconic, while introducing slight changes that feel both respectful and fresh. The attention to detail in each character, designs, and overall atmosphere is spot on. Uh, Immersing you in the dark, complex world of the Watchmen. And I continue to go on, but yeah, I'm getting a bit more. What's the word?
Particular.
I'm getting to, like, because the time I got now, bro. I'm getting to be. It's nice to sit back and actually, before I used to rush and watch stuff. Like, now I get to actually sit back and kind of be like, oh yeah, I can give this a proper review now, because I'm not always in a rush now,
Yeah.
which is amazing, because now, yes, I'm still, like, while we're doing this podcast, guys, I'm actually doing other work online to get paid. But I feel much more free about it. Where before it was like, I feel like I was stressing, man. But I get to write down better things. Chat GTP helps it sound better, but I still want it to sound like me as well in the process. And guys, if anybody who suffers dyslexia and you're not using AI to support your writing skills, I think it's a great thing, because it makes you work harder at it. And I feel like I'm getting better at it. So it's no trade secret. That shit is free, man. Go use and abuse it. Don't feel like you're left behind. And I think both of me and you have learned, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely use it as well to help me articulate my words better
Yeah,
and whatnot. But
exactly.
yeah, with this, you know what? When I was watching this, the missus was asking, "What is this?" And I was like, you know what? I think this inspired the boys. And when I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
inspired the boys, we're talking about superheroes on almost a real life perspective. They're humans
Yeah.
at the end of the day, or they're superheroes or whatnot, but they have human values and emotions and whatnot. And they're not all perfect. And that's what the boys kind of
Mm.
shows us. But the Watchmen was the original of that from that
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I love the way, like, agreed with the animation. Like I said, I'm not an artist who draws and whatnot, but I appreciate art for what it is. And I love the way they done the animation to this. I love the voice acting. Like, it's something I've been
Yeah.
appreciating. I think Fist of the North Star really made me appreciate when I rewatched that. The voice acting, Rorschach's voice in this was awesome. Rorschach's always like the fan favorite for me personally when it comes to the Watchmen series. I do love the background story, kind of going back about what's the blue guy's name again? Why have I gone blank?
Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan.
Manhattan, Dr. Manhattan, and his values and where his
Mm.
values lied, and him being used by the government to go to Vietnam, and they talk about Afghanistan, and then him deciding to go live on Mars because he realized, like, these humans, like, when they were start questioning him about certain enemies and certain people getting cancer and whatnot, putting that on him. Again, he's like supposed to be I don't want to use these words, but almost like a god, right, in this universe or whatnot. And he's above humans and all that sort of stuff. So when he looks at the perspectives of humans, I think he's looking at it in such a different perspective. So he goes to Mars and lives out there and everything to be away and observe things. So it was definitely, a great storytelling piece, in an animation as well. Just Rorschach doing his investigations on the death of some of these heroes, basically, which again feels like something like that would happen in The Boys. You know what I mean? Someone going out back after these superheroes, and the one that got killed was, what's his name, Mr. Perfect or something. Captain, is that Captain? No. I
What are
can't
you talking
remember.
about?
The main the guy who got killed, the comedian, sorry.
The comedian, yeah.
And when you go back and you see his backstory, you're like, well, fuck him, man. He was, oh shit, the little ones there. But
It's
you're like,
right,
he deserves to, like, again, based on the concept, he deserves to die, man. Like how terrible of a person he was, in Vietnam and just as a person. You're like, cool, like he deserves to die, and he's classed as a superhero. Like this is like real world shit. Just because they're classed as a superhero, you put them on a pedestal, but actually they're not perfect people. They're actually deranged and kind of crazy as well. Most of them. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But I really like that backstory. I like, again, the animation, the voice acting, and I'm looking forward to what they give us more, because this was just chapter 1. So obviously there's more to go with this. So something
Have
I'm
you read
really
the
looking
comic
forward
book,
to.
bro?
I have not, to be honest with you. I haven't. I should do
You
that.
haven't read the comic book. If you
Nah.
get the chance, when you're back here, take it off me and
Yeah.
have a read of it, and you'll kind of see what the animation kind of gets right. And as you said, the storytelling seems better. Like, when you see the Black Crusade, when the guy is reading the comic book outside, but he's
Mm.
actually reliving it, but it's interconnected. And I think that's where it shows the interconnection really well. So it's basically, as you said, about real life superheroes being in real life, and how how governments will control it, how corporations will do that. But yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
chapter 2.
Yeah, no, again,
Really
it,
good.
it just kind of puts you back to make you ask the question, if there was real life
Yeah,
superheroes, how would it really turn out to be? Would they be controlled? Or
yeah.
would they be really superheroes and do the right thing when needed? I mean, this is where the whole Civil War situation comes in from the Marvel comics and whatnot. Like, and Cap saying, I would need to do the right thing. We can't have a government body, because we've clearly seen in the real world, when the government make decisions, they're doing it out of their own interest, not the world's interest, and not
Exactly.
human being
Yeah,
values and
exactly.
whatnot. So, it asks that question: do we really want superheroes in the world? I don't know. I don't know. But great
You know
watch.
what? I
Great
wouldn't,
watch.
bro. I wouldn't. Now that you put that out there.
I mean, listen, if you get someone as pure as Captain America, I'm talking about the real Captain America, not what we spoke about last week, whatever, or as pure as Superman, maybe. But again, you don't know. So I don't know. Like, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
The
But I'm
moment
gonna
you,
agree. As a guy who loves comic books, who loves fantasy, who loves that one, I wouldn't want it, bro. I wouldn't want that. Add to the drama that we as human beings cause.
Mhm.
Because I think us as human beings, we're still, as you can see, horrible to each other. So to
Yeah.
have a super being there that will throw a monkey wrench in the humanity of how people think about things. So
Mhm.
keep it as fantasy, you know, keep it as fantasy, not reality. Because I think, and that's weird, bro. Me saying, you know what, I'd love to fly, I'd love to have these powers, blah blah blah.
But you have
You
to ask
get
yourself,
older, yeah,
forget a superhero. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow, Superman? What would you
exactly,
do?
man.
And then you think you're doing the right things. There's a whole group of people who think that you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah,
But how would
exactly.
you, and not even just doing the right thing, is like, how would you take action in certain places like Gaza or whatever? Like, how would you take action? Would you be violent? Would you be peaceful? Would you use your powers to, you don't know. Because at the end of the day, if you wake up as Superman and have the same emotions that you do right now, how does that dictate how you're going to control your actions? You know what I
100%.
mean? So it's a difficult one.
100%.
It's a
Yeah,
difficult one.